We welcome you back inside the gymnasium at Danville High School. It is Danville and Sagamore for the boys half of this girls-boys doubleheader. The girls dominated their game, winning 65-18. We don't expect the same tonight for the boys contest. In fact, last year, Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81. A year ago, Southmont scored their first victory against Danville in 25 years. It snapped a 27-game losing skid against their conference rival. It was a sign of things to come, as the Mounties a season ago, Jan, won their first boys basketball sectional in 28 years.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, they're hoping that it continues. They've had a really good start to the season, a small random sampling for sure, but I think it's going to be an interesting ball game because they're a team that really wants to slow it down and play in the half court. And Danville, well, look out. They're averaging mid-70s, so we'll see which team can sort it out here early.
Danville under Brian Barber is always a team that gets up and down the floor. Danville comes in at 2-1. Their lone loss is to Bethesda Christian, but they've had relatively easy wins against Monrovia and Purdue Poly. In other words, they frankly haven't been tested all that much at this point. Southmont lost their opener to North Putnam. They have since won 3 consecutive games against Sheridan, North Montgomery, and Cloverdale. Southmont's issue is going to be depth. They've played 7 guys the entirety of the year. They've got a couple of kids out due to injury and illness tonight. So just how deep can Jake Turner go into his bench is going to be a question. Back to Danville for a second. This is something very unique for Brian Barber's team. He does not have a single senior on this roster. Again, they have won 15 games or more, 10 years running. And even though they're young, the expectation, the bar is always set very high for the Warriors.
Yeah, they've got some nice height, and they've got a solid team. This will be both of these ball clubs' most difficult game to date. So I think it's going to be a really, really interesting matchup.
Yeah, for both these teams, their best players from last year are off playing college basketball, playing another sport. For Southmont, Logan Oppie now plays at Franklin College. Avery Saunders now plays at Hanover College. For Danville, Brady Ruggles, who's a borderline Indiana All-Star level player, now at the Air Force Academy, and Tyler Dawson, now playing football at Kent State University. In fact, in total, for this Danville team, Jan, 6 seniors graduated off what was a regional finalist, losing to the eventual state champions in Beech Grove.
Well, it just tells you how well Barber does in reloading. I mean, he set the pace here early when he started here at Danville. The expectation for him is he's always going to win 15-plus games.
Well, his record would back that up because he has won 450 games in his career in total, which means he's maybe a couple, 3 years away from being in this illustrious group. 34 coaches have won 500 or more games in the history of Indiana high school basketball. Brian is not far away from joining that group. And currently with 450 wins, he's 14th amongst active coaches in the state of Indiana. Starting lineups of tonight's contest brought to us by virtual announcer and Aaron Pittman. Make your game day experience the absolute best it can be by hiring Aaron. And if he can't be there, he'll be your virtual announcer. And that's for any sport, not just hoops. Find out more and just how affordable it can be at Virtual Announce on social or by calling 317-800-0612. Well, the leading scorer in Carson Shad, not in the lineup tonight for Southmont. 6'4" senior, 13 points, 8 rebounds a game. E.J. Brewer, their next leading scorer, 8.5 points in contest. He is in the starting 5, joined by Lucas Oppie, Kyler McCandless, Trip Ward, and Hayden Hess. Again, Vince Raimondo, Carson Shad, not in the starting 5. You will see a lot of these 5 tonight for Coach Turner.
Yeah, and you hate to see that because they've played so well together, but, you know, that's why you build depth, and that's why you need depth. So certainly they're going to have their work cut out for him. Somebody's going to have to pick it up a little bit to cover some of the points that he normally gets.
Now, for the Danville Warriors, and thank goodness for the invention of flashlights on our phones, so when the lights go down, I can easily read through these starting lineups. Jay Scrafton may be the next kind of star of this program. He got time as a freshman last year on a senior-laden bunch. He's averaging 16.5 points a game. And Evan Lawrence may have the best type of problem to figure out. I know that Jamie Comer's really pushing him to play football at the next level, He is a 6'7" junior. So again, what Danville lacks in experience, they make up for in size. And Brian is always the type of coach that will play 8 or 9 guys. These kids get a lot of experience as the year goes along.
Yeah, they're going to need some big production out of Lawrence. And he can be a big factor. The wide body, you know, he takes up room. He's a defender. And what he can bring, anything at all, as far as points are concerned, is simply a plus.
And now I've got to turn this flashlight off because I'm going to, make a problem if I don't turn that thing on. By the way, it looks like one change the starting lineup. We had Caden Collins in as a starter. Looks like that Owen Collier is going to get that nod. And again, you never know. This could be just, again, he's got 8 or 9 young men. It could be something illness related. You never know that time of year. This is Elijah Tricker. Elijah's a 5'8" freshman. Immediately, Lawrence will get a touch. The freshman lets fire and misses wildly. And the rebound corralled by E.J. Brewer. So Brewer 8.5 points and 5 rebounds a game. And one thing you notice about this bunch from Southmont, again, without Carson Shad, it is a small group on the floor tonight.
Yeah, I think it's imperative they get off to a really good start here. They'll want to control tempo. You need to do that by getting off to a good start.
That is Scrafton that commits the foul.
The other piece for Southmont, Greg, the more they can live at the free throw line, I think the better their chances tonight.
This is obviously a Danville team that's going to push the tempo as best they can. Get this one being shown by the Mounties. Going to make Danville work on the defensive end. Tricker pokes it away. Fight for the loose ball. And timeout's going to be given. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. This 30-second timeout presented by Endeavor Communications. They offer a variety of internet speeds that fit your family or business needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before with internet speeds up to a gig. Contact us at weendeavor.com for more information. This game just getting started for Southmont, the first of a 2-game weekend. They'll play host to Greencastle coming up tomorrow night. Well, for Danville, this is their only game of the weekend. They will play Lebanon next Friday night. It's a Danville program that, because of their football success, they have frankly learned to backload their schedule. They're a few games behind a lot of their compatriots in terms of games played so far. Good basket cut, laying up and in. That is Lucas Oppie.
Good start, right inside for the easy one.
Oppie, a 6'1" sophomore. 3 points and 3 rebounds a game. Shot from 18 is good. Owen Collier. Collier, a 6'1" junior. 8.5 points and 4 rebounds a game. They'll have Scrafton play the top of that 1-3-1 using that 6'6" wingspan. Good diagonal ball. Brewer just got caught in the kind of traffic underneath the basket. Couldn't get the shot to go. Here comes Danville on the run, and they turn it over. Danville has turned it over about 15 times a game. They will do that because they will frankly get more possessions than most team in a game. And again, as we have said, they're young. They're starting a freshman point guard in tonight's contest.
Well, they're in that 1-3-1, then they'll back into their man-to-man.
And you can't throw I wouldn't say a lazy pass, but a soft pass like that against Danville. Every pass you have to snap to a teammate. The Scrafton knocked that one free. Brewer content to pound the pavement for a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about tempo, and you know Southmont wants to make Danville play as much defense as they can.
Well, now that Danville has gone to a man this possession, they feel they've got a mismatch with a guard being checked by Lawrence in the half court. And here's that matchup here. And immediately Oppie goes to work.
Oh, my, had it.
McCandless was thinking about what the layup was going to look like before he caught it.
Absolutely. Took care of the ball, rotated well, got the shot they wanted.
First turnover as a team. Southmont, 11 or 15 turnovers a contest. Scrafton fires from 16. That's good.
I love it when you get that quick cut to the free throw line with the ball ready to shoot. Love that.
Well, of note, 2 kind of mid-range jump shots. The first 2 shots that have gone down. A lost start by some in basketball, not for Danville. The Warriors enjoy their first lead of the contest. And again, now that they're in a half-court set, here comes that zone trap. Ball poked away. Southmont recovers.
You have got to really rotate the ball against a 1-3-1 trap, or you will be trapped right there. That's dead man's land right there.
They have to burn a second timeout to maintain possession. Nope, 5-second
You
call.
cannot get the ball in that coffin corner right there.
You're defended by 4 things. 2 people and 2 lines.
Exactly,
you have nowhere to go.
Exactly right. You've got to move the ball against the 1-3-1. It's soft on the baseline and get the ball to the middle against the 1-3-1.
Collier on the attack and scores it.
Wow, that's nice.
Owen Collier. He's got 4, the Danville 6.
We don't know if he's related, but he certainly has the right last name, right?
Of course, Ella on the ISC Sports Network with Marion. Ball tipped away and touched last by Scrafton.
Well, 2 things we know. A, he has the right last name. B, he shoots from outside pretty well. I'm guessing there might be some connectivity. Just taking a wild guess.
Lawrence using that 6'7" frame. Prevent the easy look, and then steps are called, and that is 3 Southmont turnovers in succession.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a good call by the official. He actually didn't hop, but he scooted his foot. And if you're not watching the feet, you would have never seen that. Really good call by the official. You can see right now, Greg, Southmont's going to try to keep it packed in as much as they can, but still have token pressure out front.
Trip Ward going to be called for the foul, the 6-foot junior. There's 2 seniors on this Southmont roster, and Carson Chad and E.J. Brewer. Collier again.
Wow. That looks comfortable. He's got confidence. You can tell when he catches the ball, he wants to shoot.
Collier was 6. They get 8 straight points for Danville. And they have mostly been of the jump shot variety. Southmont's getting stuck against that 1-3-1 zone in a similar spot. Hayden Hess, the junior.
Yeah, you've got to get that ball to the middle. You continue to get in those corners, that's going to be a problem.
2-3 zone here by Southmont. Now Collins is back in, so just a late decision on the.
Nice.
And Lawrence off the window and score it.
Really good passing by Danville, Greg.
And if Danville moves the ball against that zone like that, I'm not sure there's much that Southmont can do.
See, dribble, and there's an out.
Blocking foul, it's close.
I thought he got him over and back, said the blocking foul.
So Caden Collins.
See, when you're dribbling the ball in that corner, you're playing right into the defense. That's the last thing you want to do. But on the other hand, you've got to have your teammates moving. You cannot stand against a 1-3-1 offensively.
Now a little dribble penetration against that zone. Brewer turns down the shot. It's a Southmont team that is making less than 4 threes a game, shooting 28% from three-point range in the early stages of the season. And yep, turnover, except to the baseline. Make that 5 against the Mounties so far.
Well, Danville's defense really solid right now. They're switching. They're in that 1-3-1, and then they'll go man-to-man, but it is really, really in-your-face defense.
Lawrence.
Wow. They're connected. They are flat out offensively connected.
Timeout taken by Southmont, a full timeout. Let's step aside with them. 2:28 to play in the first quarter. 12-point run for Danville. And much like the girls' game, the boys in control early. Back in a moment here on the ISC Sports Network. Fall means football. And on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here. The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC. Local lives here. So Southmont to inbound the basketball. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you here on the ISC Sports Network. Thanks to our statewide audience watching on Comcast 81 tonight. Brewer kept that foot down. No traveling violation. 3 in the corner, and that's a good look for Trip Ward.
And there's nothing that breaks that any better than a good old long outside shot.
And frankly, against a 1-3-1 zone, that's the look you're going to get. You got to knock down that corner jump shot.
Exactly right. In the corner, that baseline is the softest place of that 1-3-1 trap. So if you move the ball, but you got to reverse it quick. It's not there very long.
Lucas McMahon checks back in. Zach Waits does as well. McMahon doesn't have his offense figured out from last year. He was a double-digit per game scorer last year for the Warriors. So he'll get it going, the junior. Waits, a 6'4 junior, 6.5 points a game. Again, good ball movement against this zone. Part of that is using the gifts they've been given, the length that Danville has. Catch and shoot, 3 in the corner. No, but Lawrence. See if they call Lawrence for the displacement foul. They're going to.
You know, you talked about the big guy, you know, the good football player that is. I love football players playing basketball. I think it does a lot for the footwork and just the movement overall. I think I love football players playing basketball.
Brewer on the reverse layup, and clearly that second timeout has had some things that have stuck now for Southmont. So back-to-back buckets, and it's back to a 5-point game. 3 in the corner by Waits. Got it.
Wow.
This is a Danville offense that's never been overly complicated. You had an open look, take it. Waits knocks it down. And a steal. Good pass, and Waits will lay it up and in.
Great pass by the big guy. Boy, all they need is just a little room, Greg.
So 17-7. The 5-point burst by Southmont, quickly answered by Danville. Hess goes up and tracks it down. No. Putback opportunity is missed by McCandless. Right idea, just couldn't find his teammate. Second Danville turnover. Well, if nothing else, Danville is successfully speeding up Southmont. It will be a foul. It's for Lawrence. It's going to be his second.
And I like the fact Ward was willing to go in and get some contact. I talked about earlier, I think part of the recipe for Southmont here is to find a way to get to the free throw line as much as possible.
By the way, that was not against Lawrence. That will go against Waits. It'll be his first foul. And team foul number 4. And Ward to the free throw line where he is 7 of 10 on the season and connects. So for Southmont, this will be Aaron McMasters who will check in. And for McMasters, this is his first varsity minutes of the year.
Well, it looks like to me maybe Southmont's got a little run in him here.
Missed free throw, but the rebound by McMasters. Well, Trayton Ross is checked in for Danville. 6'5 junior. And that's kind of the end of the playing rotation. He and Stephen Webb, who is in there now for Danville as well.
Right there it is.
McMasters on the drive, shot blocked.
Top the key, but that's where you want to get the ball.
McMahon elected to wait. Zach Waits had no such qualms.
He's got a pretty shot, doesn't he?
8 points off the bench for the junior.
High arc, a lot of ball rotation. That's a good shooter.
Blocking foul against Stephen Webb. His first foul and team foul number 5.
Love the arch on the shot. It just looks like it's going in.
McMahon thought like a point guard. He looked up and said, 15 seconds, let's hold it. Waits thought like a shooter. Give me the ball, it's going up.
I don't know anything but shoot. Hey, you have confidence. Nobody cares if it goes in.
Hess will pull. His line drive does not go. That's it, and that's all for quarter number one. Danville 20, Southmont 8, presented by Endeavor Communications. Back after this on ISC.
Leaps ahead, still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County.
Unbelievable. Touchdown.
Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. So that was going to be a highlight reel.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Football here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds left.
Big players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it.
That's the finish. You get a layup taken. And an and one. Out of here. Want to take this chance, thank our wonderful ISC Sports Network crew. Thanks to Eldon, thanks to Vince and Alan and Becca in the truck. Thanks to all the guys on cameras tonight, alongside Jan Bozier, Greg Rakestraw with you. That young fan enjoying their time at the game tonight. If you're a Danville person, you have loved tonight's results. Girls won handily, boys leading 20-8. That was touched, I believe, last by Danville it was.
Kind of got a tough angle on that shot.
Quickly, we'll see McCandless check back in, as McMasters will have his seat. Again, no Carson Chad, no Vince Raimondo tonight for Southmont. Good basket cut, and Brewer lays it up and in.
Screen for the screener.
But you pointed it out well. Southmont cannot keep up this pace. And they can't give up shots like that. Give Webb the bucket and one. And frankly, this is how Danville wants to play.
Yep.
They are always a team that they're kind of a one-speed team. That foul goes against McCandless. McMasters will come back in, as now Oppie will get a breather. Webb, 4 points and 2 rebounds a game for the 5'11 sophomore. Misses that one, but bring in a foul. Yep, thought it might have been a lane violation. The whistle was so quick, but that is a foul that will go against Trayton Ross.
Yeah, I believe Ross had push in the back that time. Well, right on cue. They won about 20 points a quarter, and that's exactly what Danville was able to get in that first period.
In 1-3-1 zone trap, waits atop of that trap. Good diagonal ball.
Got to be quick. Everything needs to be quick against the 1-3-1.
Well, you can tell that obviously Southmont had some good scouting, because that diagonal pass is not one that you make instinctively, but that's the one they're looking to make against that zone. Now the question is just simply kind of finishing in the timbers, you know, after you make that pass.
But get a good ball fake. Try to get them up off their feet.
On the drive, Master's shot does not go.
Got to need to use the glass there.
Lawrence, good extra pass. Shot blocked, but
Nice.
Masters got it. Masters is sophomore. He is on the junior varsity roster as well. Waits,
Tough
not
shot.
that time. Good tough rebound by Brewer. Well, couldn't hang on to it. McMahon, a bobble, but finds a teammate eventually. Steal, third Danville giveaway. That's a mistake you can live with if you're Coach Brian Barber. That's trying to find a teammate in that scenario. Collier and Tricker, not to mention Collins and Scrafton, all about to head back in.
Southmont needs to try to get this thing in the 8 to 7 point range if they can before halftime. That's not going to happen. Got to be crisp.
I can guarantee you, again, if McMaster's getting his first varsity minutes tonight, as Waits pulls up, it's going to be a foul on Ross.
Well, we talked about the loss of a couple of their key players. That's tough. They need them.
McMasters is playing a game that Danville speeds you up anyway.
Right.
But now you're playing your first varsity game of the year. This thing's going 1,000 miles an hour to that kid right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So 1 plus the bonus free throws as Ross picks up his second foul. It'll be Ward that will go to the line and shoot 1 plus 1.
It is what it is, Greg. But I mean, this is not the game.
No.
that you want to have some of your key players not with you. But hey, it is what it is.
And I'm sure for Jake Turner, he's had a variation of that conversation with McMasters as he walked to the bench. Just goes, all right, take a breath. You're going to go back in, pretty soon. You'll catch up. You'll get there.
But the good news is, hey, that's how you get your depth comfortable. Yep. There's no substitute for playing in a game and environment like this.
Ward makes them both.
Now we're down to 10.
Good read. The steal by Ward. And Ward just couldn't finish. They had a line change in the last stoppage. 4 new players check in, a luxury that Southmont doesn't have tonight. It's going to be an offensive foul. As Scrafton will pick up his second. Now 5 turnovers against the Warriors as well.
A good effort to get over there. That's one of those bang-bang plays. Force the official to make the call.
Here comes the trap.
Good effort, good effort. Anticipation in that 1-3-1 to steal, and he just was absolutely ready to steal that pass.
Danville remains in the 1-3-1. Baseline corner, Ward for 3. Made one opposite side, good weak side rebound. Late whistle, but I think the right one.
Yeah.
As free throws going to come for Lucas Oppie.
You've mentioned multiple times that corner shot is the shot that gets open a lot. That's a good look at it. Boy, if you can knock some of those down.
So as Oppie will shoot 2, let's thank our friends at the Hoosier Shooting Academy. Combine cutting-edge technology with old-school work ethic to make your game better at the Hoosier Shooting Academy. Located in Indy Southeast side, it's up at 465 in Brookville Road, and always open online at HoosierShooting.net.
Got to get those, Greg. In a game like this, where you're a little light on offense, those free throws are golden.
Oppie 7 of 8 from the line this year. Misses them both, but Brewer again gets the rebound and scores it.
How about the effort there?
E.J. Brewer averages 5 boards a game to go with 8 points, and it is a 2-point trip despite 2 missed free throws. Collier slings that one towards the rim, does not go. And the rebound for Hess. Collier was 2 of 5 on 3-point shots coming into today's game. Hess.
Right idea, just didn't get it up high enough.
Had a good drive, just never got a good, really kind of look at the basket.
Love the paint penetration.
Tricker. Got it.
Nice.
Elijah Tricker. Freshman, 5.5 points and 4 rebounds a game. Southmont beats the defense on the floor. Tricker took a hard tumble. And
yes, he did. Hope he's okay. Yes, he did.
Thankfully, at 5'8", doesn't have exactly a long way to fall, but make sure he's all right. More free throws coming up.
But how about the quick ball fake? Talked about that earlier. When you're getting that type of attack underneath the ball, underneath the rim, I should say, give that hard ball fake, get him up, and go up in him. That's how you stop that.
Kyler McCandless to the free throw line. He is 1 of 4 this year, but got that to go. The sectional title that Southmont had last year, their 2nd in school history. Last year was their 51st IHSAA boys basketball state tournament. Other sectional title came back in the 1-class days in 1994. McCandless misses. Lawrence the rebound. By the way, Braden Shelley is in for the first time. Collins' shot does not go. Rebound controlled by Webb. Danville is throwing players in waves at Southmont. Tricker, the fake and drive, and How about that? The freshman went to his opposite hand. Went to the left hand on the shot.
Well, not only went to the left hand, but how about that first step on that left side? What a very quick first step move.
So McCandless the foul, his second. Tricker to the line where he is 6 of 9 on the season and connects. McMasters will check back in. And makes them both. It's the first 2 made free throws of the night for Danville.
Good-looking freshman.
There is never a lack of talent in this Danville program.
There is not. Oh, I missed him. Had him on that cross.
Deep three that does not go and goes up and over the backboard by Trip Ward.
Wow, they had the cutter, went right through the lane and didn't see him. He was right there.
So midway through the opening quarter, an 11-point lead for the Warriors. Jumped out to a 12-2 lead. These teams have been kind of exchanging jabs since that time. And McMasters commits the foul. Just the 4th team foul against the Mounties. We side out of bounds here to Danville. And our cameras will be back here next Saturday night. Not to mention our announcers will be too. Jan and I will have Danville and Plainfield. Not just on the ISC Sports Network, but on My Indy TV 23 as well. Tricker for 3.
How about that?
Well, you can see why he's playing as a freshman on the varsity team.
Listen, that's some confidence. When you're a freshman and you feel comfortable to shoot that and then make it, that's pretty cool for a freshman.
Hess is doing a good job of getting into the bucket. He's just not putting himself in a spot to make that shot. But to Hess's credit, he hustled back and knocked the ball away, preventing what would have been a layup for Danville. By the way, our cameras will be here in Danville coming up in just a couple of days. We'll go to the original gymnasium in Danville, the Bostic Gym, which is now the home of the Indiana Lions of the ABA. Coverage of that game begins at 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Same place you're watching this game on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81. Shelley got it. Braden Shelley the bucket.
I like the big guy's vision. He really looks to find that open guy.
Well,
really nice job.
To your point, Jan, Lawrence is averaging 4.5 assists a game.
You can see why. He really looks to make a nice pass.
Tricker knocks it free. 3-on-1. Collins takes the bump.
Look out.
Give him the bucket. Caden Collins, his first hoop. And Jan, in the blink of an eye, this lead has grown to 18 for Danville.
Southmont made a little run there, missed some free throws. That hurt him, but all of a sudden Danville's on a big-time run right now.
Well, Danville, again, just has such a numbers advantage tonight. They have played 10. Southmont has played just 6. So Collins, 13.5 points a game. 7 of 8 from the free throw line is Caden this year and left that one short. Collier tracks it down. And Collier misses that one too.
Collier's cooled off a little bit. He came out hot, kind of cooled off.
Here's Ward. McMasters. Man-to-man this time down. And blocking foul going to be called against Danville. So 2 free throws are coming up here for E.J. Brewer. Tonight's game on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81, presented by Endeavor Communications. They offer a variety of internet speeds that fit your family and business needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before with internet speeds up to a gig. Go to weendeavor.com for more information.
Danville really doing a good job of in and out of that 1-3-1 man-to-man. What you're doing there is really forcing the offense to have to regroup every time you switch defenses.
Made them both that time, did Brewer. He's got 8 to pace the Southmont attack. Again, down a couple of key players tonight is Southmont. 3-1. It'll remain Danville ball. The Southmont team will play twice next week before taking a extended break for the Christmas holiday. They will play the International School on Tuesday. I'll put Jan to the test. What's her nickname, Jan?
You know, it's funny when you and I have known so long that I go, he's going to ask me something about this school, and I have no idea. I knew it was coming.
The Griffins of the International School.
I did not know that.
Located down the hill from Butler University.
I kid you not. I go, he's going to ask me about
You'll
that.
know it now.
I do know
Free throw for Caden Collins coming up. And they'll take on the Stars of Western Boone coming up on Friday night before another Christmas holiday.
Where is the International School located?
So it is located just north of the Indianapolis Museum of Art, just west of the Butler University campus. So if you're at the intersection of 38th and Michigan or Martin Luther King, go north on Michigan Road. International School is down in the valley to your left.
All right, you've educated me like you have so many times through the years.
We teach each other on these broadcasts.
No, I teach you one thing about every 5 years.
It's a two-way street. It's a give and take on this broadcast. 35-17, Danville in front. McMaster's the floater. No. And Collins the rebound. And then Danville does not let the grass go into the tires.
No,
they
do
get
not.
going. Blocking foul is going to be called.
I love their style of basketball. I really do.
And McMahon should get 1+. Is that 16 foul or 7? Yep, 7. The 1+ the bonus coming up.
But you got to play in this type of offense too. I mean, it's easy to say, well, let's pick up the pace. Well, you got to have people can handle the ball, confident shooters.
McMahon connects his first points. 9 different players have scored. Tonight for Danville, 10 have played. Only Ross has not scored. So 1 out of 2 for McMahon. Here, 40 seconds left to go before halftime. Nice basket cut. McMaster's missed it.
Got to go up strong on the glass on that one.
Collins on the drive. Got it.
Nice.
Caden Collins on the bucket. He's got 6. So under 20 seconds to play before we get to halftime.
Danville has played very well in this second period.
Ball tipped away and last touch by Southmont. 8th Southmont turnover. So closing seconds. Final look. Collier couldn't get that to go. Tricker, no. And that is the end of the half. All Danville in this one. Not as lopsided maybe as the girls' game, but the outcome also seemingly not in doubt. Danville 38-17 against a bit of an undermanned Southmont squad tonight. We'll take this timeout. Halftime show comes your way next as you're watching. Presented by Endeavor Communications on the ISC Sports Network and Comcast 81. The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Oh, my goodness.
122-6-0 for Penn. Oh, what a swim. 6 of them.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here. Well, welcome back to Danville. At halftime, our score, 38-17. Danville leading Southmont. Tonight's game presented in part by Endeavor Communications. Business phone solutions with Endeavor Communications. More than a phone system, Endeavor offers a hosted unified communication solution that gives businesses the ability to be accessible anytime, anywhere, on any device. Find out more at WeEndeavor.com. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you. Again, this Danville team, they're young. There's no seniors. Doesn't mean they're not any good. They have played like some of their Danville teams now we have seen, Jan, the last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, they play like veterans, very, very comfortable in their offense. Their defense has been really, really good. That 1-3-1 has obviously been problematic for Southmont. And then their defense, when they move back to that man-to-man, has been good. And what they do really well is get points from their defense to their offense.
Scoring in the first half, 8 points for Zach Waits off the bench for Danville. 7 for Elijah Tricker, 6 for Owen Collier and Caden Collins, 4 for Evan Lawrence, 2 for Jay Scrafton, Stephen Webb, and Braden Shelley, 1 for Lucas McMahon. Trayton Ross played but did not score. For Southmont, 8 for E.J. Brewer, 6 for Trip Ward, 2 for Lucas Oppie, 1 for Kyler McCandless. Hayden Hess and McMasters both played and did not score for Southmont, that being Aaron McMasters again. No Carson Chad, no Vince Raimondo. Those are the first and fourth scorers, respectively, for Southmont. And Chad, a 6'4 senior, is their leading scorer and leading rebounder, and his absence is obvious tonight for Southmont. Yeah,
and rebounding may be as much of a problem as the scoring. Both obviously needed for Southmont here in this ball game against a much really taller Danville ball club.
So with that, we'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back. Jan and I will both be at Southport Fieldhouse tomorrow. We will talk about that big slate of games on Comcast 81 and ISC and MyNDTV. Plus, have a look at our first half highlights. Warriors lead this one by 21 as you're watching on ISC and Comcast 81.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here. Well, tonight at 5 different sites, our ISC Sports Network crews are producing 8 basketball games. That seems like 6 in one place. A little more simple. It's a long day for our great crew. Our director, Vince Morella, is amongst those that will be turning in the long hours tomorrow. Jan will have the early shift. I'll have the late one tomorrow at Southport Fieldhouse. But here's our slate of 6 games for you. At noon, it is Beech Grove and North Davies. That's your 1A and 3A champs meeting. Really. And now North Davies playing in 3A this season. After that, it's Franklin Central and Norwell. Norwell, one of the favorites in 3A in the northern half this year. At 3:30, Southport, after they beat Lawrence North last weekend, they'll take on Crown Point. At 5:15, a Division I recruit battle J.Q. Roberts going to Vanderbilt. Jalen Harrelson, well, he might be going to the Memphis Grizzlies in a couple of years. He's that good. He's a sophomore from Fishers. Then at 7 o'clock, Penn and Zionsville. Marcus Burton going to play at Notre Dame from Penn. Zionsville, a pair of Division I starters on their team, led by Logan Ives, going to play at Penn State. Then it's number 1 versus number 2. Ben Davis and Cathedral. There's only going to be about 8 college basketball players playing in that contest. January, we want to begin talking about tomorrow's great day, the Forum Tip-Off Classic.
Well, we've seen a lot of these teams. I had Zionsville at Brownsburg, and I was very impressed with their ball club. I'm looking forward to the 2 games I got. There are some real quality players. I mean, the Southport is always a good day, but this year, to me, it may have as good a group of ball players as it's had in a long while.
Jan will have game 1 and game 3 tomorrow. Our first 4 games exactly where you're watching this one. ISC Television, ISC Sports Network.com, and Comcast 81. The last 2 games of the day move to My Indy TV 23. Jan Bozier, Mike Broughton, Pete Smith on the analyst side. Myself, Rob Brown, Kurt Darling on the play-by-play side. Fun day of basketball. Can't wait to get there tomorrow. The fun starts at noon. With that, let's get you our highlights from half number 1. And again, you talked about it, Jan. It's going to be a battle of tempo. Well, clearly, the tempo of Danville winning out so far.
Yeah, it's been difficult. I thought Southmont made a little run there and just wasn't able to finish at the free throw line to keep that run going. And just like that, here comes Danville.
As these highlights fly by, let's talk about kind of strategically. If you're Jake Turner, what tricks do you have left in the bag here if you're Southmont?
Well, that's tough because the pressure of Danville makes it really hard to be strategic here. But they got to slow the tempo down. They're never going to beat Danville at that high tempo, especially without some of their key players.
If you're head coach Brian Barber, there is obviously nothing you want to change from half number 1. What are you focusing on? What do you want to see from your team to be successful in half number 2?
I think he's going to emphasize his defense. He knows that as the season goes along, that he'll be as good as his defense takes it, because he's got a good offense, but when his defense is complementary at that same level, he can be really good.
We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back with third quarter action next. 38-17. Danville leading Southmont here on ISC and Comcast 81.
Has it, leaps the man, still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County.
Unbelievable. Touchdown.
Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. Said that was going to be a highlight reel.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds left.
Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it.
That's the finish. You get a layup to take it. And an and one. Fly ball. Out of here. Back at Danville, and thank you to Amy Harvey, the great athletic director here at Danville, for having us out tonight. The first of our 4 trips here this year on the ISC Sports Network. Next 3 times be over on My Indy TV 23.
You know, we talk about game of runs, and that's what basketball is. Southmont, they're going to get back in this. They got to get off to a good start here and have a good run here to get in early.
Lawrence, Collier, Scrafton. Good shot that wouldn't go down, and that's going to be Collier for the foul. Very balanced effort from this Danville squad. Danville, I said they were off. That was incorrect. They do play county rival Cascade tomorrow night. Another double-up weekend next weekend with Lebanon and Plainfield. And we're here for the Plainfield game. Brewer stuck in the lane and eventually lost the handle. 9th Southmont turnover. Runner by Collier is good. Owen Collier with 8.
Well, he's been impressive. Shot the ball well. I like the fact when he catches the ball, he keeps it up high.
Hess has been the floor general tonight. Nice move by Brewer. Well, Brewer, the senior, it's not surprising. He has been the guy that has been kind of able to handle the physical nature of this Danville team better than any other player.
Well, and we've not seen a lot of the dribble drive, but, once again, the more they can do that, obviously the better for them. You're more apt to be fouled when you do that as well.
Lawrence, offensive foul.
Whoa.
And sometimes, as you well know, you simply get a foul for being the biggest guy on the floor.
Oh, I do. I never know that.
Do I think Lawrence lowered his shoulder a bit? There, yes. But again, he is so much stronger than anybody else on the floor. That contact probably looks a lot worse than it really was. 6th turnover committed by Danville. Hess, no.
Good inside position.
That's Ward, or McCandless that had the rebound. Brewer on the turnaround. Didn't get the soft roll, but you love the fight from this Southmont team.
Yeah.
Calling gets whistled for the foul.
Especially working hard to get inside position on that rebound.
And I would imagine part of Jake Turner's speech at halftime was, fellas, let's go in the second half. Knowing how, again, you're missing a couple of players tonight. You're playing a good team, a bigger team in Danville. Turnover committed. Tricker, though, felt if he got it, it would have been a travel, so he never really claimed possession. And the ball stays with the Mounties. Blocked by Scrafton. They're going to get Scrafton with the tee. Yep, I see the official basically saying that was like a taunting technical foul. Yep. And the official going to walk right to Brian Barber to explain exactly what he said. But he basically said that's basically for what you said. He pointed to his mouth immediately. I'd assume that was a taunting call that was just given. And so it's 2 free throws plus the ball for Trip Ward. So Ward now 4 of 5 from the free throw line. That does count as a personal on Scrafton, his 3rd. And he makes that one. And Scrafton will go to the bench. Part of the good news for Danville is that Scrafton's leading scorer is 16 points. They haven't needed him to be great tonight. They've gotten it from other sources. Three in the corner for Brewer. No. That's going to be a foul. Believe going against Southmont.
Well, Southmont needed to make some shots in here tonight and just have not been able to have any consistency, Greg, from outside. Knew it was going to be tough to be inside because in this game, clearly Danville, a much bigger team, and in order to, get some scoring, you got to hit some shots outside. They just have not had a lot of consistency from outside.
Pass goes right side. Shot by Tricker does not go. It's a 19-point game.
Well, you talk about that offense from Danville, 20 in the first quarter, 18 in the second.
And his scoop is up and good by Brewer. Well, Brewer has been the most effective offensive player. And a timeout going to be called by Danville. So full timeout. Let's take it with him. 4:54 to play in this one. An outcome not in doubt. Brian Barbos will make sure his guys are staying focused here in half number 2. Their lead is 17. Back after this on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Good student turnout tonight on Jersey night that you see across the way. This is one of 5 games we are producing tonight on the ISC Sports Network. Partners at 9 Star have New Pal and Greenfield Central tonight. Hot Dog Network, as Frankfurt has Delphi this evening. Or Tri-West this evening. Clinton Prairie has Delphi tonight. We've got Kokomo and McCutcheon. There's 3 in the corner that's good by Waits. Waits with 11. It is his 3rd 3.
I think Coach Barber had a little conversation with the team there at that timeout. I don't think he was real comfortable with the effort that he was getting. He's had good effort the most of the game, but you kind of have to guard against that a little bit when you break out to these big leads.
Pull up by Collins is good. And
that's what they do right here.
I think the message was sent effectively.
I think it was game, set, match on the conversation.
A turnover by Southmont, their 10th. Collins now has 8. Again, Brewer able to catch the pass, but then looked up and saw Lawrence staring at him and eventually lost it.
Well, he knows that his team needs to play at that pace. When they don't play at that pace, they have a tendency not quite to play as hard. But, man, when they're engaged and they play at that tempo he wants them to, wow, they're a pretty good ball club.
Midway through the quarter, Collins going to be fouled on the drive.
See the movement now?
Yeah.
I mean, now all of a sudden we got dribble drive, we got players moving, and he understands that's the tempo that they need to play at.
You telling me 15s and 16-year-olds can lose focus when they have a 21-point halftime lead?
I'm telling you 17 and 18-year-olds can lose focus.
That's crazy talk right there. And this Danville team doesn't have a single senior on the roster.
That's true. There are no 18s.
Waits has made 3. Doesn't make that one, but Tricker will track down the loose ball. And Tricker, a freshman of this group. 3 that time does not go for McMahon, but Waits keeps fighting for the loose ball. Shot blocked by Ward. And Ward will come out of there with it. Lawrence is holding his ground, and Brewer had nowhere to go. And Lawrence fouled. That's Oppie that commits the foul.
Like to see the big guy have his hands up there and call for the ball.
And he's a young man that's getting his 3rd year of varsity play. Brian got him some run here as a freshman.
I think he's a better basketball player than he may even give himself credit for. He does some things. He moves well. He sees the floor. Man, and if he can get them some power, more power buckets inside, that could be a huge help to them.
Late whistle, but the right call. And so great recognition by Lawrence, but he was too fast on that thought. He had to let McMahon get back into the court to play. McMahon still had a foot on the baseline when he caught that pass, and turnover committed by Danville. But you're right, his passing skills for a kid his size are really impressive. Another turnover, though, by Southmont. And you get the feeling the Mounties are starting to get worn down a little bit.
See, I love that. When a young man senses nobody's coming up on ball, man, he's ready to shoot. Love that.
McMahon, his first field goal, he's got 3. And it is now a 7-0 run since that timeout. McMasters, no, and ball tipped out of bounds by Collins.
Yeah, they're playing at the different gear. You're right. After that timeout, this is the gear he wants them to play in.
And Aaron McMasters, up from the junior varsity. He is the only player that has played off the bench for Southmont tonight. Has turned down the 3.
I think Danville's bench has been more than adequate.
Oh, absolutely. And that is usually an advantage for them. They will go deeper in their bench than most teams will. Waits. Tipped once, no. Put back, yes, that's Collins. Collins with 10. He joins Waits as those in double figures tonight, and now a full timeout taken by Southmont. So 49-23, Danville leads. 2:01 to play in the 3rd quarter. We're back in a moment as you're watching. Presented by Endeavor Communications here on the ISC Sports Network. the drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score! Back at the home of the Danville Warriors. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you on the ISC Sports Network. Tonight's game presented by Endeavor Communications offers a variety of internet speeds that fit your family or business needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before with internet speeds up to a gig. Contact them at weendeavor.com for more information. Last year, Southmont snapped a lengthy losing streak against Danville. Danville's going to start a new streak tonight. But don't sleep on this Southmont team in 2A.
Well, they missed a shooter tonight.
Ward misses that one, waits the rebound.
This game, the way that Danville has played defense, really requires a shooter.
McMahon with the three. He's got 6. Make that a 12-0 spurt by the Warriors.
Here comes the trap. They usually trap out of a made basket.
Danville might be a team where they trap out of the bus. Ward for 3. That one's good. Trip Ward, his second made 3. He's got 11. Just 4 players have scored tonight for Southmont. Basket cut. Ward racing back around Webb and scores it.
Like he uses the rim as a little bit of a defender there, laid in the glass.
Ward with 13. Lawrence.
I like it.
Just kind of bowled his way through
I
McMaster's.
like it. It's exactly what I'm talking about. That brings another dimension. He doesn't do that a lot, but he's got the skills, Greg, to do that play right there.
I think as far as Lawrence's decision is concerned, again, I think he could be a Division I football player just because of his sheer size, and he's somewhat new to football. Basketball, I'm not sure if he's a Division I player, but again, he's probably a very high level, maybe Division II NAIA player. And so it's kind of which one do you want to go with? Because
Right.
Webb lays it up and in. Webb's got 4.
Got good feet.
There's frankly nothing wrong with either choice.
No, the feet, he's got really good feet.
And you're right, his passing skills. He's got small college All-American written all over him as a basketball player if he goes that direction. And there have been a lot of great small college players that have played in this program.
Nice. Oh,
Just
missed it.
behind the intended target.
Good idea. Just got it behind him. Once again, though, Danville running the floor. You know, Danville's brand of basketball is just a fun brand to watch, you know.
Always. Clock and length of the floor shot does not go for Hayden Hess, and that is the end of the quarter. Danville led by 21 at the break. They've extended it now to 26 going to the fourth quarter. Back with those final 8 minutes when we come back on ISC and Comcast 81.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at ISCSportsNetwork.com.
Back for our final of 8 quarters of basketball tonight here on the ISC Sports Network, at least from Danville High School. Again, we're right back here in 8 days. And our ISC Sports Network crew is down the street in less than 2 days. Jan, have you ever been to the Bostic Gym in downtown Danville?
I do not think so.
That was the original home of the Danville Warriors from the mid-1920s until the 1960s. They have renovated that place. It is wonderful. It's where the Indiana Lions call home. We'll be there Sunday afternoon for a 4 o'clock tip on ISC and Comcast 81. Brewer on the drive, lost the way up. Scrafton is back in after Scrafton was sat for a few minutes after that technical foul. Webb on the turn. Tough shot in traffic. Didn't get it to go. But Webb out of there with a loose ball. Good hustle by both sides. Scrafton lets fire and connects.
Just great effort. Bodies on the floor, getting after it.
And 9 different Warriors have scored. Only 6 have played for Southmont. I think at this point, in a 29-point game, I think Danville's just going to largely go straight man the rest of the way. You're not going to try to trap in this scenario. Tricker got the block. Low block, Brewer.
Good pass, down low.
He and Ward have combined for all but 3 of the Southmont points tonight. Those guys are their second and third leading scorers on a per-game basis. And no Carson Chad, no Vince Raimondo tonight. This will snap a 3-game winning streak for Southmont. We'll look to start that again tomorrow night against Greencastle when they return home. And Scrafton in your eye.
He's loving that. I think the fans enjoyed it as well.
Just a 2. And since they're still cheering, Jan, that's an affirmative on your statement. Hess got tripped up. Foul will be called against Tricker.
You know, they're just getting really good minutes out of the freshman. He really holds his own very well.
So 2 shots coming up here. Hess is yet to score tonight. 2 points, 3 assists on a game-by-game basis for Hayden, the 5'9" junior. Just 1 for 6 from the line this year and missed that one too. McMasters now will check back in. And if you are still limited in terms of players tomorrow night, then you're almost telling these guys, hey, get off your feet for the next 18 hours.
Yeah.
Conserve what you've got for a game against Greencastle tomorrow. Wing 3, Webb got it. Stephen Webb was 7. Webb was 2 of 3 from the floor on the season coming into tonight's game. He's got 7 points tonight.
I just love to see ball players just have confidence to shoot the ball. That's what basketball's supposed to be. I get all the strategy and holding it, and I get all that. I love to see an offense where they got the green light if they did what they're supposed to and getting prepared to shoot the ball, just to come down and open shot and shoot it and have confidence to hit it. Love that.
Catch and shoot 3 by Ward does not go. Brewer, good hustle in the long rebound. He'll go on the attack, and he will get fouled. Again, for Southmont, it has not been a lack of effort tonight, folks. They have played awfully hard. They're just a couple of bodies short tonight.
Yeah, it's really noticeable.
And they also probably have been on Danville's radar for about a year. When you beat a team for the first time in 25 years, the guys that are a part of that game think about that for the next 52 weeks.
Exactly right. You know, if you've ever been in any sport and somebody has beat you for the first time, that lingers a little bit. Not for the first time, but the first time in a long time.
Brewer makes them both. He's got 16. 61-32. Danville's already played 10 players tonight. And they have at least one bench player on the floor right now. But they're so interchangeable with minutes, there's not much drop-off from starters to bench. Great slip. Give the assist to McMahon. Give Collins the bucket. He's got 12.
That voice you're hearing in the background is Coach Turner for Southmont. He's coaching as hard as he did with the first tip-off. He knows there's room for improvement regardless of the score. He's talking about defense.
Hess, pocket picked by Tricker. Tricker. Brewer was not going to be scored on his watch, whether it was a foul or a block. So Brewer will pick up his second, and Elijah Tricker will shoot 2. In tonight's game, a presentation of Endeavor Communications. They offer a variety of internet speeds that fit your family or business needs. Surf the internet faster than ever before. With internet speeds up to a gig, contact us at weendeavor.com for more information.
Well, that Danville-Plainfield game is going to be interesting. Plainfield's got a pretty good ball club.
Now, Plainfield, of course, won their first sectional in 20 years, 2 years ago. Been reloading since that time. Andy Weaver does a great job at Plainfield.
Yep, 3-1 early.
There are certain teams you wish you saw them on a more regular basis. They're one of them.
Yeah.
Happy we can bring them to the ISC and My Indy TV airwaves next Saturday night. Last time we had them may have been 2 years ago when they beat North Central in that game over at the Sneakers for Santa shootout in Brownsburg. Nice backdoor cut. Ward lets his man fly by and just missed it. Tank, unfortunately, is about on E, I think, for the Southmont kids. Collins.
Played a lot of minutes, Greg.
Yep, missed it. Finds Webb and off the window. And we are now within a point of being in the running clock here with 4:05 left to go. Not much difference in terms of the elapsed time left to go. Ward, no. Brewer, the rebound. Hess now will take a 3. Missed it. And the rebound controlled by Danville. McMahon, not that time. And that's going to be a jump ball. And the arrow will keep it here. Well, now Southmont will go a little further into their bench as Lorenzo Bell will check in. He too, both junior varsity and varsity player as a junior.
Southmont will have a 1-3 Greencastle ball club at their place tomorrow night. I don't know if they'll get anybody back or not. Probably not.
Just some good motion offense being run by Danville here. Leads to a good look for Collier and 1. So Collier becomes the third Danville player in double figures. That will trigger the running clock after the free throw is shot. Foul goes against Hayden Hess.
Well, Collier got off to a really good start. He's been pretty solid throughout. Had a really good start.
Also for Southmont, they're bringing in some kids that aren't even listed on the varsity roster at this point. So we'll be guessing on some names and numbers here momentarily. Rebound by Webb. The Danville girls won by 47 tonight. Danville boys lead by 36.
Oh.
That'll be an over and back violation. Just the 10th Danville turnover. And now for Danville, Trey Ross will check in. Zach Waits will come back in, and Braden Shelley will enter.
It's always a good thing for a head coach when you get a lot of bodies in.
There are 11 listed on the varsity roster for Danville. 10 have played tonight. And that'll be a foul.
Well, you're not always able to do that. And obviously, those kids put a lot of time in, too. So when you get them some playing time, that's certainly a good thing, obviously, for the experience.
Shelley with the foul. Bell misses the free throw. And makes the second. No, he doesn't. Lane violation.
Yep, scrap that.
So much for that effort.
Southmont had a little period of time there in that second period where it was a make or break time for them. They were off to a little bit of run and just could not quite maintain it. And Danville just took off and really has never looked back. That two key players, a whole lot of things had to go right tonight for them.
And again, they graduated their top two scorers off of last year's team. Two young men both playing at the Division III level at Franklin Hanover respectively. Waits for three in the corner, and he's got 14, including 4 made threes.
You got to think, well, you don't have to think, you got to know that Coach Barber, with no seniors and has a ball club that's playing at this level, that's got to feel pretty good.
McMasters gets that first bucket. He's had a few opportunities in tonight's game. 90 seconds left to go. Ross left it short. Rebound to the Mounties. Nice little step through move. Shot would not go. Fight for the loose ball. It'll remain Southmont basketball. Under a minute to play. So Southmont will fall to 3-2. Danville will bump their record to 3-1. And that'll be a reach-in foul. Free throws coming up here. So Ross picks up the foul. It'll be his third. Free throw is good. And for Danville, Jonah Thiemann will check in. Or Thyman, excuse me. Jonah, a 6-foot junior. Both free throws are made for the Mounties to make it 71-36. We welcome those of you joining us at the conclusion of Kokomo and McCutcheon. A game that saw Kokomo win that one 72-37 as the legend of Flory Badunga continues. Let's see if Danville's just going to play keep away here for the final 20 seconds. Certainly appears that's going to be the case. Try to keep the ball moving. Keep the clock moving. No looks at the basket. Thyman will put that on his hip pocket. And that'll be the end of business tonight. 71-36, the final score. Jan, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, Danville, just about every aspect of their ball game was solid tonight. Started with their defense, but man, I love the way they look to shoot the ball. And they've got good shooters, no seniors. That's promising.
Partner, I will see you tomorrow at Southport Fieldhouse and see you back here next Saturday night.
Sounds good.
For Jan Boers and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night from Danville. Doubleheader swept emphatically by the Warriors, claiming the girls' game by 47, the boys' game by 35. We'll talk to you tomorrow at noon from Southport Fieldhouse and the Forum Tip-Off Classic you've been watching, presented by Endeavor Communications on the ISC Sports Network. Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here. The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC. Local lives here.